Hello everyone, welcome to the video series of the subject Object-Oriented Programming using Java. Myself, Hemali Shah, I am working as an assistant professor in LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Now in this video lecture, I am going to cover the introduction to inheritance and its example. Now this is the start of unit number 3, Inheritance and Interfaces in Java. So let's learn about this unit number 3. What is inheritance? So let's talk about first inheritance. Inheritance is a mechanism in which one object actually acquires all the properties and behavior of the parent object. When you create a new classes that are built upon existing classes, that's basically inheritance. The existing class is called the parent class, and or we can say the superclass, or you can say the base class, and the derived class that actually you are going to create from the available class, the newly created class, is basically called as a derived class, or we can say the child class, subclass, or derived class, right? Now let's talk about the inheritance. When you inherit from the existing classes, you can reuse the methods, fields of the parent classes, as well as you can also add new methods and new data members, or we can say the data field inside your currently created class, which is newly created class. Now inheritance basically represent is a relationship which is also called as a parent-child relationship between the classes. It is provided by using two keywords in Java. Extends is a keyword and implements is a keyword which is used with the interfaces, and the extends keyword which is used with the classes, right? Now let's talk about more about this inheritance, the UML notation, that is Unified Modeling Language notation. The symbol which is a arrow key, and the arrow with an open arrow head points to the parent class. Here the student is a parent class and the arrow head is with the parent class, that's why arrow, and on the arrow end you have to write the newly created class college students. Now whenever you are going to write the code for it, your code will look like this. The student is an existing class, and from that class you want to create college student class. Then the syntax will look like this: class, new class name which is college student, extends keyword, then existing class name student, and the body of the class you can write newly created data member and function both in this. Now what is the advantage of inheritance? It actually provides the code reusability. It actually provides the runtime polymorphism, that means overriding. This overriding let you define a similar operation but the different way for the different object types, right? So this two mechanism you can achieve by using the inheritance. This is the advantage. Now types of inheritance. How many types of inheritance are available? First is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. And keep in mind one thing, multiple inheritance is not supported in Java through the classes only. You have to include one more concept in your Java, interfaces, to provide this multiple inheritance, right? Now more about it. Types of inheritance. First is a single inheritance. It refers to a child and parent class relationship where a class extends another class. So this is the single inheritance. One class is available and we are creating another class, college student from student class. So this will be the syntax, and this is the example of single inheritance. Now second type of inheritance is multi-level inheritance. Refers to a child and parent class relationship where a class extends the child class also. So here this is the single inheritance, and I'm going to create one more class from the child class, which is bachelor degree student. So this is the class which I am going to create from the child class, and your syntax will look like this. In the third class, we again extends the college student class. So this is the code for this particular figures. Right now, on next type is hierarchical inheritance. Refers to a child and parent class relationship where more than one class is extends the same class. So here this is the example. I'm extending school student class from the student class. So here more than one child available for the student class, college student and school students. These two are the sibling classes having common parent. So this is basically called as a hierarchical inheritance. And your code will look like this. Your college student and school students extends from existing class student, right? Now next type is multiple inheritance, that basically refers to the concept of one class extending more than one classes, which means a child class has two parent classes. Say for the example, this college student class extends from student as well as fees payment class. So here this college student class having more than one parent, one is student and another is fees payment class. So this you can only achieve by using the concept of interface only. So here you have to make at least one as a interfaces and at least one as a class, right? So class, student, interface, fees payment, and your definition of the college student will look like this. Class, college student extends student, that means with the class you have to use the keyword extends, and with the interface you have to use the keyword implements, right? Now we will talk about this interfaces and this implements keyword more in the next video lectures also. Now next type is hybrid inheritance. This is the combination of more than one type of inheritance in a single program. So this is the example. This is the hybrid inheritance. How? So if you focus on the student, college student and fees payment, here this single class having more than one parent. So here this multiple inheritance. Now if you focus on the student, college student and bachelor degree student, you will get the multi-level inheritance, and this whole inheritance figure having multiple inheritance and multi-level inheritance in the single image. So here it is a hybrid. So this is the example of hybrid inheritance, collection and combination of more than one type of inheritance in a single program, right? Now you have to do one program that actually demonstrate the simple inheritance concept. We have already created the student class with the data members name, gender, age, standard and marks. Now you have to create a college student class which is derived from student class and add the data member, college name, function, display data and display to display the information of college student. So you have to just add one data member and you have to add one function in the newly created class, and you have to demonstrate the concept of simple inheritance, right? So this will be the UML notation for this particular example data. Student is an existing class, and we are going to create this college student class from the existing student class. So let's try this particular example by using the Notepad++. So let's try this example. This is the student class and I want to create new class from the existing class. New class name I want class college student, and this class extends from existing class extends student class. So the existing class name student, right? And here student, right? Now this is the mechanism so that you can use the existing class, right? Now this all the properties which are available in the student class will be directly available over here in the college student class. Now you just wants to add more property. Which more property you wants to add? Which is already given in the definition. So that property you have to declare, you have to add it over here. Don't declare this all the properties which is available in superclass. Only add the new property, because this already available property of the superclass by default available with the college student class directly, right? Now which new property I want to add in college student class? So here we have to add this string college name, new property we want in a college student class. So just declare it over here, right? Now to create this object of college student class in a public static void main, we have to write the name of the class college student, then object cs1 equals to new college student constructor we have to invoke, right? Now this cs1 is the object. Now just print all the properties of superclass student as well as this particular college student class also. So for that I want to assign this all the properties by using the object of cs1 dot name equals to this age should be integer over here, then cs1 dot this college name is a newly added property in this college student class. Here I want to give the name ABC college, right? Age I want as a, or name I want as a Ram, then age I want as a 5, right? Now by using the object of child class you can directly access this property name and age of a superclass, as well as newly added property you can also access, right? So by using this child class object you can access this all the properties. Now let's print this all the properties value by using system dot out dot println and print this all the properties as per the definition given, right? So print this name, copy this, again copy this line to print another properties of college student object. Here this is the age, then college name, right? Now this all we are going to use by using the child class object. So we have created now child class and child class object. Now let's try to compile by Java C simple inheritance demo.java. Now let's run Java simple inheritance demo, right? See here we can get the name as well as properties, right? Now I want one function display in a superclass. Say for the example this display function is available in superclass, right? That actually display the name and this all the things. I'm just copying this code from here. This college name you cannot print because it is a property of child class, but you can print all the things which is available in the superclass, or instead of cs1 you just need to use only property name, or you can use the this current object, because this cs1 is a local reference in main. Here you can also print this dot marks and other things you can print, marks you can print, right? Now this function is available in a superclass and you can directly invoke this function with the object of child class also over here. This cs1 dot display, right? This function is not available in the same class of a college student, then also it actually accessible by using the child object, because superclass property and child class property both you can access. So here compile it and run it. See here we are getting, right? Now can I access this child class property by using the object of superclass? Say for the example I am having the object of student instead of college student class, right? So can I access this college name property by using the object of this child super class? This college name is a property of child class, right? But I'm making the object of student class. Now can we access this college name property? See, I'm going to compile this code and see here this, compile it. See here we are getting the error like this, can't find symbol college name ABC college. The reason behind that is college name is a property of college student class, which is a child class. So this college name is only and only accessible by using the child class of college student or the same with the same class, but super class cannot access the property of child class directly. Child class can access all the properties of a parent class, right? Now let me change as college student, same object. Now if you want to print this college name, then you can add this display function over here also. So copy this display function over here and you can add one more function, display college name property over here. You can override this display function over here. Now whenever you are calling this display function, first is search in the same class. So here let me compile it and let me run it. See, you will get this display function of a same class instead of student class, because there is a function available, display function available in the same class. So first it search in a same class and you will get the output of this display function of same class. And if this compiler do not find the display function in the same class, it search in a super class also, right? So here this is the display function. So hope you people are clear with the concept of this inheritance, how to create this simple inheritance, what is the use of extends keyword, the syntax of extends keyword, how to access the property of super class with the object of the child class, right? How this all I have covered in this particular video lecture. So here I am going to end this particular session now. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you all of you.